Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Good Morning with me, Misti B. So for all of my storytellers out there, what has kept you from writing a book? And I'm genuinely asking you that. And I'm asking myself that. What is it that's kept you from putting a pen to paper and writing a book that you know could be a bestseller? If you don't know, I want you to watch this episode because today I have Mr. Darren Palmer, who has his own publishing. Okay, self-publishing, let's be very clear. So you can't say it's money, self-publishing. And we're going to talk to him today. He's joining me from deep East Texas. So you guys stay tuned, grab a pen and pad because you're going to learn a thing or two. See you in just a second.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Frater Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. So if you've ever toyed with the idea of possibly, writing a book and becoming an author, today is an episode that you definitely want to watch. I have Mr. Darren Palmer from the streets of deep East Texas joining me. He is this chief book officer and founder of Self-Published in 30 Days. Hello, Mr. Darren Palmer. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. A little bit better since I'm here with you, Mr. B. How you doing today?
All right, now that's what I like to do. I like to make people's days. Don't get me excited.
Come on now.
Now listen. So Darren, I have been hearing maybe since 2018, 2019, oh, Mister, you should really write a book. And I'm thinking to myself, write a book about what? I have nothing to tell. Is that something that you hear a lot of?
Hey, you knocked it out the park just like the Astros when you just made that comment. That's exactly true. Most people, they don't value their story. So that's where we come in more with the psychology and the mindset to transform and have a paradigm shift so they can understand that the world can benefit from their story, especially someone like you, Mr. B.
Oh, thank you. But okay, so let's walk through that. So Darren, let's say you have this mom, right? Say you have this mom and someone's been telling her, girl, you have a phenomenal story, but the mom really doesn't see it. She doesn't believe it. How do you come in? How do you help with that?
Well, I come in, I think you brought up an excellent point. So say, for instance, if that is that mom, the legacy piece is what I want you to focus on. So how beneficial is this for your family? I had an opportunity to work with a client that their family are billionaires. They've had wealth for years. And the thing that struck me, Misty B, is part of their wealth transfer, they transferred knowledge. Every person, for them to continue to stay in the wheel, had to write a book, whether the book was 1 pages or 300 pages, because they wanted to learn from the history of those who were able to come before them. So for that mom out there, I think the heirloom piece is beneficial. And of course, if you got a business or you want to be able to make more of a global impact, you can use the book as well. I hope that's helpful for those who are thinking about doing a book out there.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So saying all of that, who is perfect for writing a book or becoming an author? Who would you say?
The perfect person to write a book is anybody. And you might say, Darren, what do you mean by anybody? So let's just look at it from this perspective. If it's a stay-at-home mom, her challenges, the triumphs of being a mother and what she's doing for her family, she should share a story, because guess what? It's about impact. And if you understand impact, that person's story is valuable because you have someone else who could benefit from that, who might be about to throw in the towel, give up on their marriage, or even do something that could harm a child, because you never know what someone is going through when they're in the silo and confined in their own home, so to speak. Now, if you are a business leader and you're thinking to yourself, well, man, come on, Darren, man, I don't have a sexy occupation. I'm not knocking anybody, but, I work for an insurance company, man. My industry may be boring. I have news for you. Separate yourselves from others who are just giving out magnets and business cards. You're able to look like the expert or the market leader in your industry. So when I come to do business with you, I'm doing business with you because of the book. So it's more than just a $20 book. You want to leverage the book for other opportunities. So legacy and opportunities are the main reasons why I say it's for everyone. Who couldn't benefit off legacy and who couldn't benefit off opportunities?
Gotcha. Okay, so let's talk about this. Everyone, I'm just going to be very frank. Can I be honest? I'm a truth teller. I have a lot of truth serum that comes out of me.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
So sometimes, people let something stop them. It's like, well, everybody's writing a book. So why do I want to write them? And then let's be clear. Is it really easy to get into Barnes and Noble? You see a lot of people selling on Amazon. And from what I've heard, Darren, they take a pretty good portion of your profits. So it's almost like, why am I doing this? Or how do I actually go out and promote and market this book?
I think those are multiple questions, but to dive a little bit deeper,
I know I did ask you a lot.
With the yeah, that's not a problem. The key is having a strategy before you do a book. I think the Achilles heel for most people is they don't have clarity. So somebody might come in, I want to do like Michelle Obama. First of all, love, you don't have Michelle Obama budget.
You don't have, and nor do you have her story. But go ahead.
You say we can be real. You say we can be frank. Well, you don't have Michelle Obama's budget, and you weren't married to the leader of the free world. So you need to have a different approach. So now, with that being said, is the real goal to be in Barnes and Nobles and, say, for instance, Amazon? Because it might be, so say, for instance, one gentleman we worked with, his whole goal was to bring more awareness to MS. And so he was able to do the book. He already had a bike ride where he promoted awareness and he generated revenue for the MS Foundation of Society. So he was able to have a book launch and a whole 9.5 funds go towards that. So it's depending on that particular person. Now, if your whole goal is just to say you're in Amazon or Barnes and Noble, I don't think that's a worthy goal alone, even though it can be in there. But you have to realize, and I got to share this, Misti B, real quick. It is business. If Joel Osteen's book is on the shelf and he's going to sell millions, and just because you love the Lord and you heard your cry and you want to put a book out doesn't mean that they're going to move Joel, just like they won't move Doritos to put your bag of chips that you came up with in Walmart. So those are the things that we got to understand, the macro understanding of the economy and the marketplace, besides just your book alone. So you can still have success without even being in those arenas. And if you are there, understand your own brand is the most important thing that you're looking at when you're doing the book.
Okay, got it. So let me ask you this. So Darren, I work with lots and lots of chefs. So say they want to write a book. It's like, Darren, I want to write a book, but honey, I have no idea where I want to start, but I got about 25 recipes I really want to share with the world. What do you say?
I think it's easy. I think that you would just get those recipes. For one, get with an expert. because we believe in D squared. For one, we want to take it from being daunting to doable. Let me say that again, from being daunting to doable. And wherever you have clarity of vision, you have acceleration to the known goal. So it's just like driving in the fog, you slow down. When the fog removes, you're able to accelerate. So getting with someone who knows what they're doing, just like I don't know how to overhaul an engine. So when you get someone, it expedites the process. So one, get with an expert, get clarity, and then all of a sudden you're able to move forward with the book. So I would start with those 25 recipes. I would get a photographer, have someone to take some images of it, or even if you don't want to use images of the recipes, if you actually cook them, I've done books with those who are chefs before. You can do it where you just have the recipes alone, create some funny design, have some other wine selections to go along with it, or some things just personal about that particular chef. Most of the time, Misty B, most people overthink. You've been to college. If someone get caught up on just signing up for college, then they will never go ahead and do it. They'll think, I don't have enough money, I don't know where to start. But if you just start where you are, make the first step, then you'll get the job done.
Okay, hold that thought, Dan. We're going to go on a really, really quick break, and we're going to come back and we're going to dive a little bit deeper. All right, guys, so I am going to see you in just a second, especially if you want to be an author. Pay attention to this segment. You might learn a thing or two.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, everyone. So, hey, if you want to be an author, make sure you have your pen and pad available, because Mr. Palmer is about to give us those really good tips. All right, so Darren, welcome back, dear. Now, let's talk about this. What makes a really, really good storyteller?
What makes a great storyteller? That's someone who owns their truth. I think when people become bogus, become fake, when they're trying to just write to appease people, is where they go awry, where they go astray. And so I tell people, be genuine, be raw, and you can share that content, because people don't have time to waste. So you want to grab their attention by being true and genuine, and you're going to weed out those who don't align with you, but also you're going to have those who are the wonderful group, your tribe, who are going to rock with you through and through, like a Jerome Dickey, just like you have with others out there. So just keep that in mind. And when they rock with you, they rock with you. So stay true to you.
So I absolutely love all things authentic. Okay, Darren. So that's important to me. So when you're saying that, I understand completely. So a true storyteller is just going to just be honest and just tell the truth and tell the truth because it's your story at the end of the day. So you mentioned Michelle Obama earlier. No one else has Michelle Obama's story.
No, not at all. And so I want to bring this up. It doesn't matter if you're in the backwoods of Mississippi or you're in a metropolitan area like New York or in Dubai or London. When you tell your truth, you're going to resonate with people. I had a woman who I thought wouldn't have resonated with my story at all. It wouldn't be relevant. But she had 2 kids who were twins in the 1st grade and a son who had autism and was a non-traditional student and was going through a divorce. She reached out and said, Darren, your story helped me. Is it okay if I can use an excerpt out of your book for the commencement speech because I got a 2-year ride to a private university and I'm going to be able to do that talk. See, that's the importance of it. But if I stuck that I just came from Northeast Texas and who am I to share with someone, then I would have missed the opportunity to change a family's life for generations to come. Absolutely. So can I share with you, Darren, one of my absolute favorite books that I've read over the last maybe 20 years, and I've read it a couple times. I absolutely love Chris Gardner's Pursuit of Happiness. And I'm sharing that with you to say to one of your potential clients who wants to publish a book, you never know. So how we know of Chris's story is because Will Smith happened to pick up a book, read the book, and turn it into a movie. You never know if that could happen to you. So you do have a story. He's not the first homeless person who had to raise his child in a homeless shelter, on the streets, etc. But he's a story that we know about because he took the faith and the courage in himself to actually write this book. And that could be you at any moment. See, I need you to partner. I need you to come in and speak to our sales team. See that right there? I mean, that's gold right there. That's why you missed it, B. That's what you missed it, B. I don't even want to touch it. I think that's important. But he did it, Misty B.
He did it. And he told his story. He probably, when he was writing that book, I'm pretty sure he never said, Darren, oh, Will Smith's gonna call me after he read this. He probably never thought Will Smith would pick up his book, but he did the work. And let's be clear, we don't know if that book was on the shelves at Barnes & Noble or wherever prior to Will Smith, reading it. He could have gotten it at a flea market. We have no idea. So I love what you're saying as far as share your story. Now, you just mentioned your sales team. So walk us through the process. So we say, yeah, Darren, I'm ready. I'm ready to write this story. And you say you can help me do it in 30 days. Now, Darren, how you gonna help me do this?
Well, the name of the company is Self-Published in 30 days. So some people can take 30 days, 60, 90, 120. The main thing is to debunk the myth that it takes years to do a book. Most people you talk to, how long did it take you to do the book? It took me 10 years. It was 5 years. It was 18 months. It doesn't take that long. So this is what we do. Get your pen and pads out because I want to be able to assist and give you value. For one, you want to start off with 1 to 2, 2 to 3 potential title names. Just write that down and sketch it out. The next steps you want to have is 6 to 10 or 6 to 12 topics. Now, those topics later on will end up being chapters. But for right now, you just want to create topics that you want to write about. So where do I come up with topics? If you're writing more of a memoir or coming from areas in your life that you think are important that you want to share with others, you start with how do you pick up the pieces when you had the divorce, when you had your first child, when you went off and left off and went to college, your first job, whatever that is for you and your story that you're writing from. So with that being said, after you get those 6 to 12, the next thing you would do is focus on creating content. 1 chapter per week. Yes, I said that. Notice I didn't say 3,500 words a week, nothing like that, or overnight. It's not a dissertation. You create that content, you build momentum. The next thing you know, you have a rough draft. To expedite the process, if you're someone who's eloquent like Misty B, then I would say after you create that outline, then what you would do is just get on a Zoom. Get on a Zoom, record yourself anywhere between 7 to 25 minutes. You're actually creating more content when you're verbalizing than it is if you're writing. Ooh. Remember, daunting to doable. So now all of a sudden, you create the content, it's an MP4, you send it to us, we transcribe it. Now you have a full manuscript that you're able to look at. Now it's easier for you to move some words around and create a content or a paragraph instead of looking at a blank Microsoft Word document and trying to find a way to be able to create content. So with that being said, Misty B, those are some tips right there just to get started. to be able to help assist people on their journey to being an author.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing those tips. So let me ask you, I like to read. I think I got it from my grandmother. I will pick up a book, and I'm old school. So it's a John Grisham. It's a James Patterson. I read books back in the day. But I want to ask you, have you noticed, Darren, is there a difference these days in sales in regards to fiction versus nonfiction books? Are they both selling, or one doing better than the other?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's the audience. So just say, for instance, is it room for Netflix and Prime?
Ooh.
Is it room for Hulu and Disney Plus? Yes, it's room for all of them. They can't create enough content. It's the same type of thing. It's not this or that. It's not one or the other. Both can dwell. You can have Biggie and you can have Tupac. Okay,
all right,
they both
come on, break it down for us. Break it down.
Just a little history there. Just a little history, So, speaking layman terms. But with that being said, I think that staying with that truth that we talked about. So if you are more of a fiction person, don't let someone deter you by talking about what area a genre is selling. What's selling is what's important and genuine to you. It's like the old school, I'm dating myself, I guess I watched it off Netflix. It's like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. So stick with what you do, and you will find the people that's attracted to what you do. And bringing it up, a good friend of mine by the name of Chef Jeff came out of the prison system, got caught up in the drug thing in the 80s, did his thing, came out, became a chef, worked his way up to being the top chef in Las Vegas. He wrote a book about it. Guess who called him? Oprah Winfrey. He ended up on her show.
See?
Guess who else called him? You brought it up earlier. Will Smith.
Wow.
You're doing a movie over his story. So I'm just sharing with you, whoever you are, if it's that porn book when you was in love with Tyrone back in high school, you never know that still can be used today instead of being in that spiral notebook in the closet, hoping your new man don't find out those old poems for Jerome. So with that being said, I'm not here to do counseling. I'm not Dr. Phil, but just get the book done because this is the year for your new book.
Listen, our time is up there, but thank you for ending with a bang, because as you see, I'm very authentic and this smile is real. Thank you so much for coming onto the show today. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Mr. B. We love what you do. Keep doing it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So guys, I just have to say this. One thing that Darren said was, it's room enough for Amazon and Hulu. And I'm gonna talk about that, okay? Because the universe is big enough for all of us. I'm gonna see you guys right after this break with a little tip for you guys. See you in a second.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
Most multivitamins have ignored the health and nutritional differences of African Americans. What we require is a multivitamin designed to best suit our needs.
After years of treating patients and fighting health disparities, Dr. Greg Hall, physician, researcher, and educator, created a formula of multivitamins specifically designed for African American men, women, and adults over 50. Sequence Vitamins, because our needs are different. Available at sequencevitamin.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Experience the pinnacle of performance at Big Star Cadillac, formerly Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $449 a month, or the new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for $549 a month, all for 39 months lease with just $1 down. At Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Big Star Cadillac, Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. Did you learn a thing or two? I know you did. And if you didn't, I know you definitely were inspired. So listen, I want to end today's episode by simply saying the power of your story. That's very, very real. And I know sometimes you may think, oh, my story is not that important, or everybody has a story. That's not true. You have your own story because it's only you who can live your life every single day. So if you have the courage, write down your story and listen. I know I'm always telling you guys, chat with me. We want to talk to you. I genuinely want to talk to you. So let's try this, all right? If you think you have a story, or even if you're not sure if you have a story, I want you to message me on Instagram at Good Morning with Misti B. Send me, hey, I really want to write about this. And guess what? I'm actually going to write back to you. I am that person, all right? So let's make a deal. You do that. You can do it anonymously. Don't be creating no fake Instagram pages, but make sure that you do it because I want to hear from you guys. As always, chat with me. Literally go to Good Morning with Misti B on Instagram. Send me a message. Let me know what your topic is. If you really have a story that you think I would like to talk about. I'm nosy, so I want to hear it. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye-bye.